Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where this is our first full episode back at peace, and hopefully it'll be a bit of a lasting peace. Hopefully the fact that we won that war and got almost everything we wanted, other than Bazanak here, but almost everything we wanted, hopefully that will convince this Federation to lay off. That would be nice. We do have our Empire capital here that we need to resettle somebody. We'll probably send them over to Ethos as usual. And there we go. What else do we need to work on economically here? We need more energy credits and more minerals. Okay. In that case, we have 6 available districts here. We can have this be a hybrid mining and energy planet. So we can put in an energy grid here and put in probably all 4 generator districts for right now. We'll do that for the moment. We've got this research station here. It needs housing. So I suppose a habitation district will do. The main problem, of course, with a station like this is a lack of building slots, right? But we can definitely upgrade our habitat administration eventually, and that'll be fine. This leisure station has basically the same problem. We'll build a habitation district for now. It's probably not going to remain a leisure station, for the record. Vernier Prime needs some jobs here. It is set up as a forge world, but it has no forge infrastructure here. Okay, I'm just going to put in an alloy foundry. Actually, I've changed my mind. I'm going to put in, for the moment, a mineral purification plant, and we're going to build 3 mining districts there. That'll do the trick for now. This mining world needs housing. Easy enough, we'll build a city district. And this trade station also needs housing. Easy enough, we'll build a habitation district. It's lacking a job, which is a little bit tougher here. It is set up as a trade station, so we could put in a trade district, actually. That would mean that we wouldn't need the habitation district. And really, we shouldn't build a habitation district here. So this is set up as a research station right now. I will build a research district there, and this is set up as a leisure station. I don't think we'll keep it as a leisure station. I think we're going to put in an industrial district here. Okay, so for the time being, that will do for our jobs. Now, we do need to work on a number of things here. I know that we were thinking about upgrading this to a citadel. And what is the current price of alloys? Very expensive. Okay. So we're not going to be buying in any alloys anytime soon, I can tell you that. And we are working towards opening up the L cluster. Our gateway site is ready in Vernier. Okay. So I want to grab this guy and move him over to Edamar. We're going to want to position next to the hyper relay. We're going to need a lot of alloys, no doubt about that. And these guys are headed over to Viscaran's Maw. They'll be there in 150 days. Okay. We only have the 2 L gates in the cam system, huh? We're going to be passing directly through there, so that's fine. No problem whatsoever there. We do have some leader traits. Actually, our head of research here should probably... Minerals from jobs plus 2.5% is better than nothing. So that'll do. And we also have an idle leader. Wait, who's idle here? I guess these 3 are idle? I feel like they're supposed to be leading our fleets, but okay. Yeah, no leader here. Okay, 1. That one has a leader. Interesting. So we have 1 too many admirals here then. This guy should get dismissed. Cool. So that'll do. Now, our main concern remains energy credits and minerals, right? I do expect that the minerals will get solved from that last round of construction. The real question is energy credits. And I'm also thinking, let's see, these guys are upgrading. These guys are pre-upgraded. I'm going to send these over to Jebin's Maelstrom as backup. We're probably not going to wait on them, but we'll send them over. And then,
actualized.
Yeah, opening the L cluster is fine. Actually, I've changed my mind. I want them to come to Viscaran's Maw. These guys, once they finish their upgrades, should be the ones to head to Jebin's Maelstrom. Okay. We need a lot of alloy work. There's no doubt about that. But what do we want to grab here for physics research? Enigmatic decoders? Quantum catapults? Arc emitters? I think I'll take the enigmatic decoder for now. And that'll do. So we're waiting at this point on these guys arriving at Viscaran's Maw.
Competitive station engaged.
Fleet combat over here. Oh, the pirate fleet won against this station. Right, that's to be expected. We're going to eliminate them entirely by accident. We just happen to be passing through. So that's good. And they're out of here. Excellent. So we're going to open the L cluster. How long is this going to take to do? We need a science ship present. Sure. So I'm going to send probably... Oh, there's an anomaly here. Noted. I'm going to send this guy down to Jebben's Maelstrom. I think we get there pretty quickly, right? Reasonably quickly. Okay, cool. So we're going to do exactly that. These guys will be arriving at Viscaran's Maw in just 35 days. So that's not looking too bad. How's this upgrade going? 83%.
Upscaling complete.
You guys are not both supposed to be going there. You're supposed to still be upgrading. Get back to upgrades. Okay, there we go. Life finds a way, indeed. So the planned swarm here is still upgrading. And at this point, do we need another gateway built by this construction ship? I think for the moment, we're going to disband that construction ship. I believe that to be unnecessary at this moment. Now, we do need to work on our naval cap. There's no doubt about that. Half Ruthenian. Why are you not working? You're a zombie slave. Sure. But you should be able to work as a foundry worker, right? I would think so. Those jobs are full. Okay. So we need to build another industrial district here then. Got it. That's fine for now. On Entropy's promise, we can, of course, resettle, looks like 2 pops at this point. So where do we want to send them? Still Ethos? Yeah, still Ethos. Okay, so we're still working on filling out all those jobs. Beautiful. That all looks good. Now, we're still banking up alloys for the time being, and we're probably going to want to keep banking them. At this point, are these guys done upgrading? 88%, and we are 71 days away from Viscaran's Maw? Sure. These guys arriving in 4 days. How are we doing on arriving down here for opening the L gate? We are arriving. Beautiful. So we're going to open up the L gate and see what we find inside. We are going to want to have a construction ship available. And it will be this one that we're going to bring into Bij. Perfect. So that's looking good. This science ship is slightly damaged. But we should be strong enough to deal with any nanite ships that might come out, hopefully. We'll see if it's the nanites in there, but it usually is, in my experience. I kind of really, really want to get this upgrading to a Citadel. And I'm going to do it. Okay. So there we go. And let's see what we get out of the L cluster. We're 23% done activating the gate. We have 2 fleets in position here. These guys are 95% done with their upgrade, and it's not going to take them very long to get down there. So that's good. Out of curiosity. Okay. They haven't built back... When is our truce up with them, actually? Okay. Still a good number of years. Excellent. So that's going to be a bit. I'm very pleased about that. I would have expected this metallurgist job to be filled by this guy. Right? I definitely would have expected that. That's very interesting. So if that's the case, then perhaps we need to make them be a clerk? Or just resettle them over to Ethos, where we know that they can work. There we go. That'll do the trick. Fantastic.
Ships upscaled.
So we're currently at 60%. This fleet should be on its way now.
Research actualized.
Yep, it's 111 days out, so it's on its way. Let's grab Ancient Defensive Web Slingers. We've got 2 fleets good to go here. And these guys, they should be good enough. But we have reinforcements on the way. 88 days away. Beautiful. Hyper Relay and Gateway site are on the opposite side as the wormhole, which I did deliberately, but that will slow us down. This is a defensive strategy, for the record. This is not about efficiently transiting. So that'll be fine for now. I would like to get these upgraded, but I really want to bank up alloys just in case we suffer substantial losses here. We'll see what happens with that. 98, 99.
Special
L cluster
project
is
actualized.
open. The L cluster can now be established, or can be accessed from our galaxy. Beautiful. So the L cluster is up over here, as usual. And now I want to... We didn't immediately see nanite ships coming through. I don't want to enter orbit. I want to travel to unknown. I want you guys to also travel to unknown. Requires activation by gathering L-gate insights. Okay, so this gate isn't activated yet. Upon entering the terminal egress system in the L cluster, it's immediately apparent that some kind of titanic struggle occurred long ago on this side of the L-gate. Some planets that may once have supported life have been shattered beyond recognition, while others are covered in a fine dust that, from a cursory scan, appears to be ancient deactivated nanomachines. This raises the question of whether the L-gates have been locked down to keep something out, or to keep something in. What happened here? Okay, so we're in terminal egress right now. I want to immediately move through this science ship and survey that system. I want to grab our second science ship, which is around somewhere. I swear we have a second science ship. Civilian ships. Here we go. The Cache Explorer in Vernier. Yes. So I want this to come out here. I want to actually have it go on to science ship automation, automatically explore and survey. So it's heading on over, and we're going to also move in, for the time being, our construction ship. So our construction ship here is going to head in as well. And our L-gate is the only one that is currently active. This one is not active at this moment. This is different than what it used to do. So that's definitely noted. Okay, these guys are building a science nexus. Good for them. So do we have to activate each L-gate individually? Hang on. What if we went in here and selected the L-gate? Okay. It is turned off. Is there a decision in the situation log? No. Okay. It used to be that this would activate all of them. It might be timed, or we might have to manually activate it with our science chip. I'm not sure. Okay, there's nothing to be done with our science chip there, so it might be timed these days, just to give us the advantage in the L cluster, which we would have had anyway, to be clear, but that might be a change that they made to make the person that opens the L cluster have more of an advantage, especially if it's not going to immediately throw a bunch of nanite ships at you anymore. That makes some amount of sense to me. So for the time being, we're going to... Actually, Everim has a lot of open jobs. We should move people over to Everim for now. That looks good. And we're, of course, working on surveying this. That's going to be a pretty lengthy survey period, isn't it? There's a lot of stuff here to survey. Okay, so we're waiting on our second science ship to show up. It should show up fairly quickly. That's the route it's taking, huh? Interesting that it followed this path.
Encountered.
I'm not sure why it decided to follow this path. We have much to gain from this encounter. Where is this thing? Why are you here? I know you're auto-exploring, but that's a little ridiculous. Sure, I guess it can auto-explore some of this. But what I really want from it is to not do that. I want it to come up here and start doing some surveying. So we'll do that, and then we'll have this science ship come out here and survey as soon as it's done in terminal egress. For now, that'll be fine. The Sidron Incorporators just ceased to exist. Good job, Sidron Incorporators. I'm sure you're very proud of yourselves. We are definitely looking to claim the L cluster for our own. The L cluster is, of course, exceptionally valuable. These ships are going to be done upgrading quite soon. And these guys will eventually move through once this L gate is activated. I'm not sure what event we've got going on here. Is it just abandoned, or are there people hiding up here that need to be activated?
Warning. Irrational actors.
Irrational
Stability
actors, indeed.
falling.
6.0. Wow, that's quite a lot. Okay, so we do have an army right here. I do want to immediately institute a crackdown. So what does that put us at for this monthly change? Garrison strength is, of course, a bit of a problem right now.
Research
Still 6.0.
actualized.
Okay. So we definitely need, at this point, to martial law. We need to... do we really need an anti-crime campaign? We could use it. And then we put in, I think, a precinct house. A posthumous employment center, sure. We replace this with a gene clinic. We replace this admin office with a corporate culture site. I want to put in a stronghold here. And the stronghold is kind of a higher priority over the everything except the precinct houses. So something along the lines of that. And for now, we're going to have these guys land.
Ships upscaled.
And we'll see how this goes.
Market outlier identified.
Okay, we will come back to the... we'll come back to any anomalies that we get up here in the L cluster. I'm much more interested in claiming the territory right now. So that's what we're going to do for now. We're going to finish our surveys, and then we'll come back. Fleet command limit going up is actually not helpful for us at this moment because we're already over our naval cap. So I'm just going to grab executive retreats as a bit of a re-roll for the moment. Looks good. And then we've got this research station here. Now, this is a job that needs to be sent somewhere else, and Everin Prime is a good place to send slaves. So that'll be good for now. Beautiful. Now the question is, how's this going? 1.7, that's a lot better. And that should buy us enough time to get the constructions done there. Beautiful. So we're currently heading up into Zorf. We see absolutely no enemies there. Now, I do want to come back over this way. I want to work on upgrading these starholds, these defensive stations. We're going to need another defensive station in terminal egress, and we're going to need a starbase cap for that.
Research actualized.
So that's something that we're going to have to think about. Titan hull points finishes up. Do we grab orbital rings here? Habitat worlds? Actually, habitat worlds would be pretty decent. We'll grab that for right now. And let's see, we already upgraded that guy.
Outlier
We've got the station in
identified.
Hasela that we should probably downgrade, actually. I didn't even realize we had that, but that would actually get us what we needed. So that looks good. Very good indeed. So terminal egress is still being surveyed. And that will finish eventually. And let's just queue up something like this, and then you can queue up something like this, and then you can come up here, and then you can come in here. Like that. Beautiful. Hopefully, they don't run into any enemies, but they might. I don't know what to expect up there. I've not seen this L cluster spawn before. We'll see. This might be a new one, or it might just be something that I've just never had come up before. Hard to say. Hard to say. So we do have this construction ship building this gateway site in Nightbirth. Building the gateway sites is definitely something that we want to work on. And we're going to need energy credits for that, of course. Energy credits are going to be a big, big pain point for us for the next little bit, I think. So we can do something like this. I want to get all of these gateway sites upgrading. We definitely want them done before the next war. There's no doubt about that one. No one else is up in the L cluster as of right now. And next month tick, we can get this gateway site going. So that'll be great. I would love to continue to upgrade our science nexus, but that's possibly not a great idea. Our site in Nightbirth is now good to go. So do we want to bring the cache fabricate out to the L cluster? I think the answer to that is yes. We're going to head on over. We're going to need a gateway up here, possibly two. And I'm planning to build, as usual, a bunch of mega structures out over here. We've already built our science nexus out over this way, so that's not something that we need to build up there. But we definitely want to build like a mega shipyard up there for sure. That would be amazing. We're going to get this gateway going. And then we need alloys and energy credits for this one. So we'll let our prices regenerate a bit. We could tank the price of food a little. That's fine. I'm also okay with tanking the price of consumer goods to do something along the lines of that. But we'll let our alloy numbers generate up. The price of alloys has dropped substantially. We're probably going to look to buy some in eventually. We'll need them. What do we need right now for reinforcing our ships? I don't know if this is real. 18,000? That may or may not be. We're at only 1.3k right now. After this month tick, we'll probably know. We have invested a lot into replenishing our ships, but we need more naval cap, right? That's definitely something that we need to work on. Science Nexus, yeah. We've had a Science Nexus for a good long time. Yeah, that didn't update, so I'm guessing either we need to build Titans. 4 out of 5. We can actually get another Titan. It would be a little bit problematic to put a Titan in right now, so I think we'll hold off on that. Yeah, I think that probably is about our alloy deficit for ships. But we've left off alloy investments in a lot of areas, right? There's no doubt about that. I think that we don't need this trade station either, in fact. We can probably get rid of that. In fact, we almost certainly can. Especially once we get our gateway here built. Empire size from Pops would actually be really nice. Let's grab that. Reducing our empire size would be good. Actually, our empire size from Pops is a huge chunk of it. 900 out of 1,300. So we definitely want to do that. This gateway site is now upgradable, and so we will. We'll get that going. That is fantastic.
Future market survey
and
complete.
There's terminal egress surveyed. Beautiful. The cache compose is now going to build a starbase in terminal egress. That is our current top priority. And with this, we can basically guarantee that we get the L cluster. So that's good. We're very, very, very pleased about that.
Outlier identified.
We will continue to leave these be for the time being. I do find it interesting that you can now have them automatically investigate anomalies and do archaeology sites and special projects. That's definitely an upgrade. Oh, wow, we're actually really close to being positive in our energy credits. Do we have any structures that we can build? The answer is yes. This is a slightly awkward location. We do need a posthumous employment center here. And so we'll put one in. Beautiful. This mining world, it needs crime reduction. It does indeed need crime reduction. But what do we want to get rid of to facilitate that? We could simply build a city district for the building slot. We can change that later if we feel like we want to. We've got this mining world here that needs a job. I would be delighted to put in a pair of extra mining districts there. We've also got some tile blockers that we can clear out. That sounds good. So we'll certainly do that. The cache fabricate can start to work in Zorf, but we need terminal egress to be done first. So that's at 90% here. Cool. 98, 99,
Upscaling
and
complete.
there's terminal egress done.
Incoming inquiry.
A defensive pact from these guys. Who are these guys? They're a martial dictatorship. These guys. This might be really beneficial to us. I think this defensive pact is actually really, really good. So we do that, and if we get attacked by this Federation again, they'll help us. With their help, we can certainly defeat this Federation. So that sounds really, really good there. Next, we're going to head up over here with our construction ship. Actually, we should probably build our mining and research stations here first. And of course, we're building in Zorf, now that that is regularly priced. The Great Prosnikan hierarchy has laid claim to terminal egress. That is hilarious, and reminds me, we need to start upgrading our defensive platform here. Terminal egress is going to be a focus of every empire wanting to take it. It's just such a strategically valuable location because it controls the origination of the L cluster, right? It can go anywhere there's an L gate. It's kind of a big deal. So that'll be very, very good to have that solidly on lockdown. And with these guys in a defensive pact with us, we can kind of take on the world. I mean, there's maybe these guys over here. Actually, they're just full equivalent. Considering the size of them, I'm a little surprised about that. What about the Blessed Mandate? Okay, they're a little bit spooky, especially with all this twitching that they're doing. Yeah, they're pretty spooky. They're cooperative, though. They're not too upset with us, so that's good. That is very, very good.
Market survey complete.
So we're going to be finishing up our Zorf starbase here shortly, and once we're done here, we'll head into Ril
Upscaling
Samat.
complete.
We'll build our research stations in Zorf, and then we'll head up and build in Altusneria. That looks very, very good. This tech world requires a job. At this juncture of development, I think we can safely replace the gene clinic. And I'm going to replace that with a research lab. Cool. Okay, so terminal egress is very, very locked down at this point, right? We know that the L cluster is ours. It looks like it's completely abandoned, which is remarkable. Literally never seen the L cluster be abandoned before, but I'll take it. This survey feels like it's taking a very long time, but I guess there are a number of locations here that just didn't spawn any resources. Fair enough. Now, going into this system here,
actualized.
this trinary system, this might activate something. To that end, I'm going to put the Able Swarm. I'm going to put the Able Swarm here. And I'm going to put the second contract enforcement fleet here for the time being. They'll arrive there and they'll be in position to jump in here where they can defend against anything that might be in either of these. It's most likely, I believe, to be in here. We'll see. We'll see if there's anything there. We can grab ourselves a tradition, and what do we want to grab here? Adaptability would be interesting. I'm not sure how exactly helpful it would be. Well, defense army damage is pretty good, actually. The other thing we could do is unyielding. And honestly, since we're not planning on being super aggressive, I think unyielding is really good here as a defensive option. Like, we're trying to build things, right? We're not trying to take over the galaxy. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we will take over the L cluster. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadow Wolf, and Lohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Andy McGar, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri H, Punching the Microphone, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.